But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light.
Coach from the heartland of America, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Lucas Oil Stadium here in Indianapolis. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Indianapolis Colts. For a berth in Super Bowl 53, away we go. The 2019 AFC Championship game is underway. And now movement here right away. Maybe a sign of things to come with this crowd. So that'll back him up 5. The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
Show that bench release and go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A little 360. Le'Veon Bell, kiss him goodbye. The 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. And his kick is right through. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
11.
A shotgun snap for Luck. Being chased out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Javon Hargrave forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20.
12. Check out.
From the gun, here's Locke. Looking deep for Hilton. He's got a man complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner. Toughness in the pocket, strong and stout. But let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston. Then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a first down throw, Luck. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
12.
To throw on second down is Luck. Ebron caught left side. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The 22 is the line to gain here on third down.
Strong right. 11Z. 12. Go ahead.
Now it's Luck. Ebron with it over the middle. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. Second catch of this AFC title game, but he's got a first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Pass incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a third.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination.
12. Monday. Check. 12. Be right.
Let's go, Heavy. What you got, Heavy?
Second and 10, Luck again. Escaping the pressure right. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at third and 10.
Color.
To the air again, Luck. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So no surprise if Vinatieri able to convert there. He is, of course, the owner of the NFL record for most postseason field goals.
Hard to believe he was undrafted coming out of college. And now here he is, into his 40s, and he's still one of the best kickers around.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it second and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on second and 12. On second down, it's Bell. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
Monday. Eight.
Mike's 50.
Snickers, you gotta spin.
Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. He gets it to Brown, complete. That one goes for 24 yards.
A Hall of Fame coach once said, there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or two. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out. First carry for James Conner. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
Let's get it. Jack 16. Jack 16.
On down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Roethlisberger will stay out there, and they're going to go for it on 4th.
Focus, focus.
Hey. 4 down. Check 52.
Snickers, you got to spin.
Let's go, D.
All right, let's go.
They'll try and throw for him with Roethlisberger. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Jabal Sheard in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it. But 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more, and, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. A big play that time through the air. 39 yards. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. To throw is Locke. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just heading straight for...
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. T.J. Watt able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that'll bring up 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim. And hopefully he'll be kicking extra points instead.
And the Steelers set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3. But this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Hey, Black, it's on! Focus, focus. Black,
Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Double, double.
I got 19. He's mine. He's not going anywhere.
8. 4 down. Jack 16.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. Gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
Brandon, sometimes we give a lot of these running backs credit for being good receivers, and all they catch are swings and screens. Le'Veon Bell's a full member of the passing game for the Pittsburgh Steelers, whether he's split out of the backfield or not.
Well, no doubt he can catch it, coming off a career-high 85 receptions in 2017. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Focus.
Hey, 4 down.
Roethlisberger will hand the counter. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Double.
We got 4. Check 15.
Quarter. Kings.
Roethlisberger will throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now Luck. Caught left side by Hilton. He got 29 yards that time. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
From the 50, it's Luck. He's got it to Hilton. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
6 3 7. Kill. 11. Hey, easy. Shift. 11Z.
From the red zone now, Luck steps away to his left and avoids the contact by sliding. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more of the AFC Championship game after this. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The Steeler defense proving its mettle here. And now this is 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Mack. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Partner, it's decision time now. I know it's still just the 2nd quarter, but you have an opportunity to either kick the field goal or go for it and try and score a big-time touchdown. This is why the head coaches get paid the big bucks.
And Vinatieri's kick is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Well, he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. He's going to look deep down the field, and a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Give him 30 yards there.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a change-up in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the change-up, and on that play, it went for big yardage.
Looking deep for Hilton. This is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, 51 yards. And the Colts strike quickly here for 6 points. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10.
Blue 30.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. Lets it go for Nelson. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Le'Veon Bell in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. And he knocks it through. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And the Colts coming out now. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
First down, Brissett. He'll get this into the hands of Deion Kane. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, one more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Brissett to throw on first. Ebron's got it. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. A second down throw for Brissett. Throw left side on target to Kane. Complete. Second catch of this AFC title game, and he's got a first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
A first down throw for Brissett. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Javon Hargrave in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the gun, here's Brissett. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Kane. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Brissett on first down. And the catch made by Hilton. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the play. Brissett going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
3 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free. But a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Tight ends on the Ringo.
3rd and short yardage, Brissett. The loop, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Javon Hargrave getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. This from 42 yards out. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. It can be a thankless job sometimes to be a kicker, but they're thanking him right now. That's now 4 field goals. He's kept them in the game.
He sure has. That offense has got to find its rhythm because I'm not sure that just kicking field goals is going to allow them to win this game.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Again, it's Bell. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
It's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, thick running back, but now I've got a full package, a guy who can do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles.
But at the time, 2nd-round pick in 2013, some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
4 down. Double. 4 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Hey.
Set. Like 30. 44. 8. Black is on. Monday. Snickers.
On 3rd and 1, it's Roethlisberger. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. And he finds McDonald. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Mike's 50. Ricky.
They run with Connor. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Kings. Squirrel.
Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
22, 44.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking to hit his running back, Le'Veon Bell, that time. And it's 3rd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
The Steelers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Heat these two. Like I said.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, Find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now it's counter. And he stopped immediately there. Clayton Geathers makes the stop. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big.
Hey, go down, go down. Snickers, you gotta spin.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. This is Bell on the dump off. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. A nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive down with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And out across midfield, down to the 45. Brissett going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game.
Ohio!
Out of the gun, Brissett. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll run it now out of the gun, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
So they look like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
These two. Corner.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown from 8 yards out. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And now Big Ben will lead the Steelers up to go for 2.
Monday. Check. Takes 2 of them. Jack 16. 50's the Mike.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Flex round. 3 down. Ohio. Like 42.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Flex round.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. Ebron caught left side. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Brissett. Throw left side complete. It's Kane. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Brissett again. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Again, it's Brissett. Flushed out right. This will be caught inside the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one good for 21 yards, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs. Jumping all the way from the outside, maybe getting a little early start in the corner blitz.
And the only time it makes sense to get that penalty is exactly as you described. Otherwise, he should never get that penalty.
So now from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. Now a toss play. It's Hines. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had...
And he takes it in for a Colts score. Nyheim Hines taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Jack 16. Monday.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Margus Hunt, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
They're going to try and run for it. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Eight.
Here's Roethlisberger. This one complete, right side to McDonald. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
That's it, baby.
Time for a break. Back to wrap up the AFC Championship game after this. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Eight. Heat these 2.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there.
Jack 16.
Roethlisberger to throw. Goes underneath for Bell. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Nothing open downfield. They went underneath.
Yeah, see if you can get it to your running back. See if you can make someone miss in the open field.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
4 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
Jack 16. What's up, guys?
Hey.
Side! Flag 20.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
4 down. Set. White 80. White 80.
Throwing now is Roethlisberger. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. So the sack and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Now it's Roethlisberger. It's caught. Nelson. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. J.J. Nelson with time running out. And the Steelers are going to take the lead. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Brissett now, pretty remarkable. 14 of 15 through the air, only 1 incompletion. And another 1st and 10 here. He'll look to throw. Flush, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
3 down. Hey.
Flex round. Flex round.
Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught. Touchdown. And now they're an extra point away from winning this thing in the final seconds.
We all knew the situation. We're in the 4th quarter. Who's going to step up and make the big play? Well, we just saw it, didn't we? Took their shot, downfield, got it, and now they're in a great position to take the lead.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And that might be enough to win them the football game as they now take the lead in the final seconds. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. 1 to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set.
Now big hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. One last shot for Roethlisberger. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And all that hard work has paid off. They're AFC champions, and on to the Super Bowl they go.
It's got to be an amazing feeling for them, doesn't it, Brandon? The idea that you've done it all that hard work, all that sweating, all that effort.